Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. Today's snapshot is 15w37a and the guys over at Mojang have been working on chunk generation, that's loading and unloading of chunks as well, and general game performance around the chunks. And this has resulted in a few changes to the hardcore mode and also spectator mode as well. So we're going to create a new hardcore world to show you this. As always, this takes a moment, but I can tell you it is a lot quicker than it used to be. So that was about 7 or 8 seconds and the new world has loaded up and we are in hardcore mode. We actually need to go into creative mode, so a little tip for you, if you didn't know this, you can go into creative there, allow cheats there, then you can set yourself into game mode 1. And while we're in here, we're going to check out a new game rule that's been added. That is, spectators generate chunks, and it kind of does what it says. We're going to set this to false, which means if you're in spectator mode, then you're not going to generate any new chunks. So let's go into game mode 3. Remember, we're in a hardcore world as well, and then we're going to fly off into the distance here, and we should see that as we get to the edge of this area, we're not going to see any new chunks generate at all. And already you can see, as we're heading over to this side, that nothing's generating, nothing new is popping up. If we go above the surface, you can see where the edge of the chunks are. So players in spectator mode can put less demand on a server or on your single player world, so to speak. So let's spawn in some lava so that we can kill ourselves in hardcore mode, because there has been another minor little change right here. So you can see we're back in hardcore mode. We're going to jump down here. It looks like we've discovered a bug as well, because the lava isn't spreading. Now it's spreading, and you can see here that our world isn't automatically deleted. We can choose to delete the world, or we can choose to spectate it. So your hardcore world can be kept, and then you can check it out in spectator mode, and by default it won't then generate any more chunks when you're in spectator mode. As you can see, when we head over to this area, there are no new chunks generating, and that's regardless of us saying that game rule when you die in hardcore mode. But anyway, a little cheat for you as well. And actually, no, now it's not available. Okay, so I exited the world and logged back in, and then this was available. I don't know why that got grayed out, but anyway, this is a way to get back into your hardcore world, which I think is a little bit cheaty. So you can go game mode 0 like that, and even though you died, you're back in the world, and it teleports you back to the beginning, which is unusual behavior. So those optimizations and changes to chunk loading is supposed to affect single player and multiplayer, make it a little bit smoother, which it definitely seems to be when creating new worlds. And we're going to create another one right now because there is a new flat world preset. This one though isn't going to be very demanding on the computer at all, because it is the void down here. You can see. So if we click on use preset and then done and create new world, it's going to create it for us. It does that very quickly because it is literally a void, and there's nothing much to say about this. If you fly up into the distance, it's just going to continue being a void, but you do get this starting platform, which is made out of stone, and it's also got a block of cobblestone in the middle. This new preset also comes with a new type of biome. If I press F3, you can see it third line from the bottom. It is called the void, no surprise, and this seems to have some interesting properties because there are no hostile mob spawns. Now it's also rumoured that there's no passive spawns as well. If we drop down here, you'll be able to see that the grass colour is the default, as is the water. As you know, swamps, deserts, these things can change the colour of certain things in the game. And just like in a desert, if we set the game to rain, you'll see that the sky will change colour, but we won't actually see any rain particles coming down, which is a very nice touch. Now we should clear the weather and spawn in ourselves a snow golem, because these guys can take damage in particular biomes, but the void is not one of them. So these are the snapshots for the combat update, and once again there's just tweaks and changes all over the place to different things to do with PvP. So let's check out this new crafting recipe for the shield. It's a lot cheaper than it was before, and you can see it's got a new texture right here which looks pretty cool as well. You can see it there in F5, I really do like that. And also if we go and have a look at it in the creative menu, you can see, I've gone to the wrong place, you can see that there's just one item here now. So at first I thought maybe you're not able to combine them with banners anymore, but now you just don't need a base colour on your shield. So you can dye this banner and attach it like that, and then it becomes part of the shield, and you get to keep your banner as well, which is pretty cool. So another change that's been made, you can now have your bow in your offhand, you can whack your sword, and then you can shoot your arrows by holding down right click, which is extremely cool. I think Dinner Bonus hinted though that this is just something they're experimenting with. They don't know if they want to keep it or not. They're looking for feedback from the community as always. So really cool little change right there. And also golden apples have been nerfed. I'm not too keen on this at all, but we need to go into game mode 0, and then you'll be able to see this. We have a normal apple right here. With this you'll get 5 seconds of regeneration and 2 minutes of absorption, and then with the notch apple, which is the more expensive one, you'll have 20 seconds of regeneration 2, 2 minutes of absorption 4, and 5 minutes of resistance and fire resistance. So more rebalancing going on. The sword has been changed. It can now attack slightly faster, which is cool. And also apparently the axe has been changed as well. But I can't remember the numbers from the last snapshot. You know, they get changed every single snapshot. So they're still working on it and they're still taking in feedback. But there's a new very cool feature that involves the shield that I'm going to show you right now. So down here we've got a zombie. And what we're going to do is hold down right click to block. We're also going to do it in a way where we can look at the zombie a little bit. And bam, you saw we got shot with an arrow and it bounced off our shield and down onto the zombie, which sounds cool but kind of unrealistic. When do arrows not stick into a shield and bounce off of them? But there you go, I like it, and as you saw there, it can hit another entity. Why don't you take a step back and let's do that one more time. There we go, awesome. There's one last change to mention, and it's actually a pretty cool one, and it requires me to stand underneath here and hold down shift so that the perspective changes, because apparently when you're holding down shift you can now open your inventory, which I'm going to do, and then close it again and you'll still be shifted. Now I'm holding down shift the entire time, but notice how the perspective changes when I open the inventory, and also our player model is standing up. So I'm not really sure how we can test that, but I guess that's a planned feature. Maybe it didn't work this time, who knows. Anyway, that's it from me this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do leave a like. As always, thank you so much for watching these videos, and I will catch you next time. Bye bye.